Hello, this is Leah from All Things Cards. I did a video on how to obtain the perfect fold for your cards for those of you who have been having troubles with it. I struggled with it for many months till I figured it out using my scor-pal. So I will provide a link to the video here in case you missed it and you would like to know how to get a perfect fold for your cards. Now in that video I spoke to the fact that I do it like a production line, so I thought I would show you that. As you can see, my desk is a disaster, but whose desk isn't? Seriously, whose desk isn't? Can you come over and show me how? Anyways, so what I do is I take my pre-cut by 5 and something, goodness gracious, 5.5 by 8.5, 5.5 by 8.5 pieces of paper. I take these, take the package. I take a lot of packages all at once to Staples, my box office store, and they have something where I can send it off to their hub to get them precision cut, and each cut costs about $3 and something, and it usually costs me about $5 total or something like that Canadian to get these cut, to get an 8.5 by 11 sheet cut in half, and that gives me 2 card bases. So saves my cutting blades, saves me time. I only have to wait a couple of days to get them back, and I'm happy to do that. So I take my stack. These are the ones that I'm going to be scoring today and folding. So I take them and I put them down here, resting against my stomach, which I will not put in the video. So they're down at the very bottom of my scoreboard. So I put them down there. I bring this up here, take my little handy dandy tool that I got who knows where, and I score it at 4 1/4. I turn it over and I score it again at 4 1/4. That's the secret to my video on how to get a perfect score for your cards. So I'm going to shove it down to the bottom, bring up the next one. 4 1/4, 4 1/4. I bring my little droppy thing, I hope you can see it down below so that the card will slide down to it. I pick it up, stick it underneath, and do the next one. 4 1/4, turn it over, 4 1/4, full drop. And this, as long as you get yourself into the 4 1/4, and I am pushing the paper up into that corner at all times. The next one, of course I'm not usually, whoa, what did I score at? Who knows what I scored at? I scored at 4.5. Well, that will be the front of the card now, so that will be hidden. Note to self, focus, even if you're talking. I'm not generally making cards and talking to anyone at the same time. So, ooh, you can see that's quite a difference. So that one was definitely something that was not quite 8.5 inches over there. Or I wasn't paying attention again. Oh well. C'est la vie. Okay. And I will speed up the video now. And that way I don't have to keep talking. Listen to some lovely music. This one is not cut properly. It is wonky on this end, so I will have to figure that out at a later date. I did find that some of my papers were cut a little wonky, so for now we will just keep moving, keep going, and I will fix that. I will also write to the company. You don't want, when you take your papers to your big box store, you do not want them to cut them at the store. That's the thing. Do not cut them at the store. That's very important, because at the store they're using those machines like the guillotines, like we do, and if I wanted myself to do it, I'm not turning these ones because these ones are all wonky, I would do it myself then. I want them to go to the hub and get the precision cutting that they have. They offer precision cutting at their main location, which, let me see if this one's still wonky. Nope, it seemed to have straightened out. I only had a couple that were like that, and every time I came across one I was like baffled. Why can't I cut? I know how to cut. I'm talking again, and I promised I wouldn't talk. Oh well, we're back to straight ones. You do not want, like I was saying, you don't want them cutting them at the store, because if they cut them at the store, they can be wonky. They are not precise. You're just getting that young person, teenager, behind the counter cutting your papers, and you know how precise we are. We want it to go off and be cut with precision cutting. So, as you can see, you can get a whole bunch done. I'm almost back down to my black again. I gotta remember which ones were wonky. This doesn't take long. I've been doing this now for 8 minutes, approximately, and talking and not doing it properly. I can't separate these two. Okay. Now, all done. I can put away that tool. Now I take this whole pile and I turn it, flip it over like that, so that here's the indentation, here's the speed bump. So putting the speed bump on the top, because now I'm going to pick them up and just put it into the corner, shove it up into the corner as hard as I can, fold. Pushing, folding, shoving. Does not sound like a very PC video. And then throwing. Make sure you get the throwing. Just so you can make this as violent as possible. If you want PC, go somewhere else. Okay. Okie dokie. There was this one time. I was I was a Zumba instructor before I became disabled. And I took this course, and I found the course to be of very little value. I paid over $200 for this course, I believe, or close to $200 for this course. Traveled to Vancouver for it. Spent the entire day at it, an entire day, and I mean an entire day. When you take Zumba training, you're there the entire day. This is one of the wonky ones. Leave it to last. And that was a very long day. And so I was expecting to come away, excuse me, to come away with great knowledge, great routines, learning a lot of new techniques that would really help me in my classes. That's not what I came away with. I felt it was a complete waste of time. So then when I saw an advertisement for it on Facebook, I'm guessing, one of the instructors had put on there that she was coming into town and she wanted to know how people who'd previously taken the course had benefited from it and what they thought of it. Did they like it? What about it? So I wrote on there that I felt like I didn't learn anything new, that I couldn't have learned off of YouTube, that it seemed to me to be very costly for not learning anything. Well, somebody asked me my opinion. My opinion was not favorable. Not all opinions have to be favorable. I do not understand this mentality that I can ask for your opinion, but if your opinion disagrees with my opinion, I don't want your opinion. Your opinion does not matter. Of course your opinion matters. Everybody's allowed an opinion, and not everything gets positive reviews. I mean, those people who say that I'm not allowed to leave an opinion if it's not positive, then do they ever rate anything below 10 stars? Come on, let's get real here, people. Can't take much more of this idiocy in our world. But here we are. And so she wrote on there that if I didn't have anything nice to say, I shouldn't say anything at all. Sounds like an aunt I had once who told me that. Well, I guess I haven't changed. I guess I still believe that the truth should be told and not hidden. And if you don't like something, you should be allowed to have your opinion. Anyways, there we go. Scoring is all done. I have a couple that I need to straighten because of some wonkiness that went on somewhere. I don't know where it went wonky, but I will figure it out. And we've got, let's see, that took me less than, I'd say 15 minutes, about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21 card bases scored to perfection, except for a couple that are just wonky, but that's not my doing, that's the cutting. So there's just a few out of all of them. And that was a stack like this of white. So I mean, just a few cards don't make any difference to me. I can fix those. So look at all those beautiful edges. They are gorgeous. Woohoo! You too can do this with your scoring board. A tool for scoring, and your foldy thing, which is not a bone folder because it's not made of bone. That one's made of plastic. This is a bone folder. If it's made out of bone, it's a bone folder. If it's made out of plastic, call it a folder. It's not a bone folder. Pseudo bone folder. It was done with a pseudo bone folder. So I'm now going to make some more cards from my calendar. These pictures are from a 16-month calendar that I picked up at my dollar store for, drum roll please, don't do that, it makes a mess, $3. The paper is the heavy vinyl that you see on those some of those calendars, and I am in the middle of making cards. The calendar produced a stack this thick of card bases. Some of them I've scraped the edges with my scissors. Some of them I've added a sheet music underneath that one, ripped it across because it was just boring, so why not? It's kind of like that, it's just boring. And some I've added some lines to. Isn't that pretty? These are just stunning pictures for card fronts. I'm going to do a pop-up of a sentiment on these. I have yet to decide what sentiments. Look at that one. Ain't it pretty? That is so pretty. Did I do anything on the inside? Some of them I put, I don't know which ones. Once in a while I'll take the strip that came off and I'll put the strip inside. So lovely. I tell you, these are gorgeous. These are gorgeous. So pretty. Anyways, I will leave you now to let you contemplate life, negative opinions, folding cards, wishing that you had this calendar because it is awesome. And I will get back to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, my tummy did end up in this video. Please visit us on Facebook at All Things Cards. Subscribe, ring the bell, thumbs up. Yay! Thank you. God bless you.